All right. I'm back at it again with another video. Welcome back to another piece of content. So I've been gone for about 2 weeks. I needed some time to really reflect on my life and take time to get my mind right, especially on the Most High. Get my mind and heart right with the Most High after coming to grips with a cold hard reality that I had to face, 2 weeks ago. And it led me to taking some time off of making videos and to just focus on literally on myself. You know what I mean? Literally focus on myself and get into that word, like all the pain that I've been battling internally, the emotional turmoil. You know, I had to take it all to God. I didn't direct it to nowhere else. I directed all to the Most High, going on long ass walks. You know what I mean? Disconnecting myself, of course, from social media, staying off of there, and just dealing with my own stuff. And sometimes when you're in the middle of doing something with your life, you go through some hard times or you're facing, you know, battling your demons, and you need that time with you and the Most High to sort it out, to get through certain challenges, right? And it's not easy always being honest with people. It's not always easy trying to tell somebody what you're going through and what you're battling. To actually sit and be vulnerable to somebody, that's a hard thing for any man to do, to be vulnerable. You know, in those past 2 weeks, I had to be very vulnerable. You know what I mean? I had recently found out, to make a long story short, kind of keep it brief, my real biological family found out that they never really wanted me to begin with. Found out that since birth they rejected me. And when I heard that from my mom, because she had to basically tell me that truth, like on my father's side, that his side of the family, which is really my real biological family, they were going to be ashamed of me, pretty much, right? In which case, my real dad was going to be ashamed of me as well, because, you know, maybe it was because I didn't look exactly like him. You know what I'm saying? How I came out, because my dad had got with my mom, who was white, primarily white, you know, she's fully Italian. So, you know, it was going to be hard on his part, to him and his family, to accept me, basically. I wasn't really going to be accepted into that family. So when I heard that, you know, of course I was in pain, right? Of course I was angry inside. All I can say was, that's very, very interesting, and I just kept silent, because we were on the way back home. She had told me this, you know, and I just kept silent. I said, all right, well, at least I know the truth. You know what I mean? But I couldn't help but feel uh, very angry inside. A lot of sorrow was going on. And so it was at that point, because This is something that's on top of everything in my life that's happened, right? It comes with a lot of rejection, neglect, um, dealing with some abandonment issues, of course, and just not having the best upbringing overall. You know, throughout my whole life, all I had was my mother. She was the only one there, raising me and my older brother. That was it. It was just her. Grandma definitely helped out. She definitely chipped in. And me and her was like close, very, very close, me and my grandma. You know, I didn't have a lot of family members growing up. For me, it's hard for me to take family serious, especially today. But back then, right when I was born and knowing what I know now it definitely confirms for me that family don't mean nothing. That was confirmation to me. Knowing what I know, I've been rejected since birth. Knowing what I know now, family don't mean nothing. Family is literally a joke to me at this point. And I was really angry. Like, now I'm more calm. Now I'm more in a level headed space. My emotions have been more managed these past 2 weeks. Initially, I was shutting down. You know, I went from barely eating to eating like crap. I felt like I was getting back into my old self, right? And emotionally, I was just a mess because finding that out, it literally broke me, guys. It really did. If I can be 100% honest, it broke me. And my heart was broken. I was angry inside. I said, you know what? I don't want to do nothing. I don't feel like doing shit at all. Like, any goals I may have had, anything that I was planning on doing, I was just like, man, I don't even feel like pursuing nothing. I'm just not feeling it no more. Like, it got to the point for me where I said, you know what? I don't even give a fuck about life. That's how it was. I don't even care about life. I don't even care about living. I don't care about my own existence. Like, questioning my own existence. Like, it was horrible. It was horrible for me to get to that point. And that's not how I handle certain conflicts. Like, I don't get to that place at all usually. And so, like, me getting to that place, the first week, it was very scary. And the only thing that could keep me going was the Most High. All of that had led me, knowing what I know, it led me to seeking the Most High even more and clinging on closer to Him and building more of a relationship with God. Nonstop, I've been in that Bible. Nonstop. And everything else, it felt like I was just losing a lot of interest. Stuff that I was interested in before, I stopped being interested. You know? I just stopped caring. I just stopped being interested in things. Like, it was just, I was in a bad place, man. I was in a real bad place. And, it's hard to, get yourself back in that mindset of wanting to, you know, make moves and improve your life and get back to progressing, and I feel like now I'm starting to get back into that mindset of progressing again with my life. So with that being said, it's very important to be honest with yourself. You know, sometimes you got to be vulnerable. Sometimes you got to take a step back. Whatever happens in your life, traumatic experiences, sometimes you're going to shut down. You know, sometimes you will shut down. You will get to a point where you no longer care. And the toughest times in your life as a man is when you have nobody, essentially, except the Most High. But you have to really have that faith, build up your faith in those trying times and, times of hardship, to call on to the Most High for Him to basically heal your heart, heal you and just get yourself in better spirits overall. Because we can't sit here and act like everything's all great, you know, everything's all sunshine and rainbows 24/7. We're going to have our off days. We're going to have our off periods. We're going to have a bad season, a losing season. You can have a winning season and you can feel great about yourself, but how are you going to act? How are you going to carry yourself when you're in a losing season? How are you going to behave when things are not looking right? Everything's not up at the moment. How do you act when life is not going your way? You know? See how you carry yourself in times of hardship when you're losing. To me, that plays a big part in your character as a man. It's not when you're winning, it's when you're losing, when things are not going your way in life, when you're going through challenging times. You know, it's really about how you act, how you carry yourself as a man through those times. Do you completely fold or do you pick yourself up by the bootstraps, dust yourself off, and get back in the race? You know, you can be down for a time, but at some point, as a man, you got to get the fuck back up. You got to get the F back up, man, and get back in the hunt and start progressing, make more progress. You know, like the devil can win a couple of battles, but he's not going to win the war at the end of the day. And I lost a lot of battles, but I'm definitely not going to win. I'm definitely not going to lose no war. That's for sure. With the Most High on my side, I'm not losing no war, fam. I'm not. So understanding that my family from jump never really wanted me, not accepting me, that's a hard pill to digest. You know what I'm saying? You really got to think about that. Your own family never wanted you from day one, was going to be ashamed of you. And you're finding that out years later. That may destroy you. That may really psychologically fuck you up and mentally and emotionally fuck you up. And it did to me. It jacked me up for days, for a whole week. But I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm talking to you guys right now. You know what I'm saying? Being real authentic as possible. You know? See, a man is nothing without facing some type of adversity. And I have to say, like, knowing this is one of the biggest examples of adversity that I'm facing right now in my life. Like, real talk. So that being said, man, I want to get on here, man, and really talk to you guys. Not didn't have a particular topic in mind. Just want to, of course, no script. I never have no goddamn script. Everything's unscripted with me at the end of the day. So I want to, chop it up with you guys, real talk, you know, and come to you as transparent as I can and let you know where my head is at, where my mind is at, where I'm just at mentally and emotionally. And I would say right now I'm better than what I was last week, than what I was 2 weeks ago. But every day I'm looking to progress. So with that being said, make sure y'all like the video for the algorithm. If y'all made it this far, I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all's support, the love, everything. So that being said, this is Retention Lifestyle Warrior of Christ. I'm out, and peace.